What if I told you the greatest art heist in modern history was pulled off by two men in fake cop uniforms and zero weapons? How did they steal over $500 million worth of art and vanish without a trace? This is the story of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist, a perfect crime that remains unsolved to this day. But was it just a daring robbery or something much deeper? 13 priceless works of art stolen, including 3 Rembrandts, a Vermeer, a Degas, and an obscure Napoleonic eagle. Left behind? A Michelangelo, a Titian, pieces worth even more. Why? Let's rewind to March 18, 1990, just after midnight. At 12:54 a.m., a fire alarm blared through the museum's upper floor. Guards rushed to investigate. No fire, no explanation, just silence. Then, at 1:24 a.m., 2 men buzzed the intercom. They were dressed as police officers. They claimed they were responding to a disturbance call. It was St. Patrick's Day weekend. So, the call made sense. The man on duty? Richard Abbott, a rock musician and museum guard, known to show up drunk or high. That night, he swore he was sober. One of the cops said Abbott looked familiar, claimed he might have a warrant, asked him to step out, away from the control desk, the desk with the only button that could instantly alert the police. Their plan was going well so far. It worked. Richard was handcuffed, not frisked, and as he was bound, it clicked. This wasn't an arrest, it was a robbery. The second guard didn't resist. "They don't pay me enough to get hurt," he said. The robbers split up, removed art from the walls. A silent alarm went off, but it only notified the guards, who were already tied up. They knew what they were doing, and they knew the layout better than they should have. At 2:28 a.m., they returned to the security desk, grabbed tapes, checked the guards, made 2 trips to a red hatchback, then disappeared into the night. It wasn't until 8:30 a.m. that the police were called. The guards were still tied up, and the artwork? Gone. Till this day, no one has been charged for the crime. Multiple theories have emerged. The most popular one contains Brian McDevitt, a known Boston conman. A former film student turned con artist, McDevitt had already attempted a strikingly similar heist in 1981, 5 years before the Gardner robbery. He dressed as a FedEx driver, carried handcuffs and duct tape, and planned to rob an art museum in New York using fake credentials and a stolen vehicle. Sound familiar? It should. However, the plan failed and McDevitt was arrested, but the resemblance to the Gardner case is eerie. FBI agents even brought him in for questioning. He refused to take a polygraph and claimed he knew nothing about the heist. Still, investigators noted the similarities, right down to the use of disguises and restraint of guards. But with no solid evidence tying him to the crime, McDevitt was never charged. Another theory is that of Richard, the security guard mentioned previously. Richard let someone in the night before, said he didn't remember. Motion sensors showed robbers never entered a first-floor room where a piece was taken. But they detected Richard in that room earlier. He even let in an unauthorized visitor in an earlier violation. FBI believes this potential suspect could have been scanning the area for a dry run. Richard claims he has no memory of the individual, despite clear surveillance footage. Ultimately, no charges were filed, and the lead went cold. 4 years later, in 1994, the museum got a letter from someone who claimed to know where the art was. They wanted $2.6 million. Then the FBI got involved, and the letter writer vanished. The museum still displays the empty frames. A reward was offered for $5 million, later doubled. It eventually expired in 2017. The statute of limitations is long gone. The names have been whispered. The FBI says they know who did it, but with no arrests and no art, it's all just speculation. It still remains one of the biggest mysteries. Was this the perfect heist? Or something even deeper? Tell me what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.